I see what you're doing with the Kingdom Warrior podcast, and it's been really. Actually, you made a post earlier this week, and I wanna put it up. This is a post that Chris made. He's really doing this podcast to talk to 20 and 30-year-old men that maybe feel like they don't know what's going on, they don't know how to get ahead. And Chris, this was so on point. This idea of like, hey, what happens if you buy a coffee at Starbucks every day, or what happens if you buy stock in Starbucks every day? Just wanted to give you kudos for putting this up and what you're doing out there. By the way, you know someone's on the right track when they start getting haters commenting on their post. You had people coming at you like this is hogwash, and I'm like, look, anytime you're trying to educate younger people into the reality of we're messaged every day, buy stuff. We're not messaged every day, invest in yourself, whether that's investing in your education or whether that's investing in assets like the stock market or like real estate. So kudos to you to what you're doing there, obviously based in your faith in God and Jesus Christ, which I think is fantastic, but not just saying, hey, believe in God and believe in Jesus Christ, but educating people about what are the things you need to do here on earth to live a God-like life. So wanted to give you incredible kudos for that work.
Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate you saying that. And just, we're trying to build something that I wish I would have had, right? I say it so often to friends. I'm sure I've said this to you, and if I haven't, I've meant to, is the fact that I just wish somebody would have grabbed me when I was 20 and said, hey, all this stuff you want to do is great. Just go do real estate. Just go learn how to, buy and invest in great assets, because it's going to take so much of the stress off your life. And I say that because, I've mentioned this a couple of times. One of the things that came up for me at the SSA in Vegas was to pray for the Federal Reserve. And I'm like, what is this about? And yet for these young men, when you've got the Federal Reserve printing so much money, which again, I wasn't privy to back in my 20s, they're debasing you, your time, your energy. I don't think that's right. And so if you can start to look at ways, the last thing you want to be holding right now is dollars. Ray Dalio used to say, hey, cash is trash. That may not have been true when you were going to go get 4 or 5% on T-bills, but right now I think you can see where things are going. There's going to be a ton of liquidity in the system in 2026 because of the big beautiful bill. We can see where the market's going. You can see where gold's going, where silver's going. I just would encourage people to get educated. And I'm not going to go as far as Ray and say cash is trash, but just realize that I think I posted this as well, Thad. I wish I would have sent this to Eric to put up. But in the last 5 years, I believe it was, you've lost 28% of your buying power here in America. Like that is stunning to me that 5 years ago, I was getting 28% more for every dollar. Where now, you're getting 72 cents, and in just 5
Here's
years.
what I'll
So